Well, hello everyone. It is August. It is a new month, it's a new day, it's a new time to be alive and be healthy and all this kind of stuff. So, let's just talk about your good old LEC. My precious LEC. And let me just say it to all of you people. What XL have done to get here from going bottom into two splits to go to like finals is something tremendous and must be commended by the player staff, the players, and the all the crew and all this kind of stuff. I mean, to go from that to like season finals and maybe like into like one series away from going to worlds is something to be admired and something to be like celebrated and be like, wow, incredible! This is fantastic. Thank you very much. That's just wow, blow my mind, incredible. But came the finals, the real summer finals, actually. And to the surprise of virtually no one, G2 Esports just absolutely, I'm not gonna say beat them, but pretty much like beat XL the way they should have beat XL in the upper bracket final. Because XL caught G2 on a really, really bad day, and half they should have won game 5, they could have been like, holy cow, they would have been pulled up the biggest upset ever. The problem is that G2 are not going to have two bad series in a row. That's not their nature. That's not their DNA. Dylan Falco knows it, the players knows it, and the series was as predictable as ever. In fact, they even played a Kog'Maw Braum bot lane pretty much to perfection. Scaled well, dominate the game early, and then scaled away from the victory. They weren't doing any other G2 fast pulled or anybody else. They just played calm, cool, collected. Peach was running it down pretty much, and just like, that was it. A quick old 3-0, nothing to see here. See you later. It makes the BLG JDG 3-0 by JDG feels like nothing. In fact, I woke up around early and just watched like the JDG BLG series, and I was thinking to myself, this should go 5 games. This should be go in 5 games. Yes, I know JDG have a big history of beating up BLG, but maybe they'll go get two of the best teams, two of the best top 2 teams facing each other in China, facing each other. This should be an incredible matchup. What I get was an absolute stump. A stump so bad it put BLG in a pretty much the Shadow Realm. Their brains was in Shadow Realm. And yet they managed to win a game against LNG, but then lose to LNG as well. Yes, I really want to see BLG versus JDG again, but then again, seeing BLG and JDG match up already and see JDG actually clap BLG all season long, I just do not have a good feeling about it. So I think JDG and LNG being in the finals is pretty much decent enough. But I'm not talking about the LPL, I'm talking about the LEC. What makes this whole thing so sad is that, for one, the LEC summer finals taking place in a studio is already sad enough. Like, you're doing this in front of hundreds of people and Caps' dad. Well, that's already gone down for you. But also the confusion that is done. So, let's see. Okay, so LEC summer finals, back in the ye old days of the LEC, decided to make it like the big final. Like, you win that, you go to Worlds, then we'll have like qualifiers and all this kind of stuff. But then, of course, now with this 3-split thing that's going to be a thing next year, they decided to make the summer finals like feel a little worthless or something, and decided that the season finals for the LEC, which is coming up in about 2 weeks from now, will be the real final to determine Worlds and the LEC champion. And I was like, what? So the summer finals that took place between G2 and XL does not even have weight anymore. The only thing that really matters that weekend is to see if Fnatic can make it, and maybe XL can pull the upset and make it. And also, because XL beat Fnatic, we never get to see the G2 Fnatic matchup. It's the matchup that we haven't seen in any crowd for like 4 years. We got robbed pretty badly. Now, listen, I said it again in my beginning. XL deserve a lot of credit for the way they play against Fnatic, the way they beat Fnatic, and the way they executed well in the draft and all this kind of stuff. I am not discrediting Fnatic at all. I'm not discredited XL at all. But we got robbed pretty badly And we got what we expected, a crappy final that nobody gives a damn about. Look at the viewership. 54% people less watching the summer finals than like any other summer finals ever. It's because it's in a small arena. It's because there were no stakes. Because G2 and XL already lock in their places for season finals, and because XL is not a name that people might jump up and just like, yeah, I mean, Fnatic, G2, Koi, yeah, that's brilliant. Viewership for all, and then you got XL that's like, came here for the ride or something. And that is where the format is going to get really, really screwed up. Now, if you think the format is bad now, wait till you reach the season finals. When G2 Esports has been the most consistent team all year, go 0-2 in their series and doesn't make Worlds. Just think about it. The format is already bad right now by many consensus and all the people. By podcast people and Redditors and all this kind of stuff. If you're thinking this is bad now, wait till we reach the season finals when G2 get absolutely screwed over by the format. And then all the people will hate it. All the people will hate this format so badly. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you a little bit of sports story, of course, for the people you understand. Have anybody heard of the Anaheim Ducks? Of course, you people learned about it hockey-wise and all that stuff. So, when the Anaheim Ducks was created, it was created a couple of months after the movie The Mighty Ducks, the original Disney movie The Mighty Ducks. Bob Iger, who was the CEO of Disney at the time, bought the team for Anaheim and decided to name the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. And then many people were feeling like, is this a joke? Is this what the team's gonna be like right now? Alright. And then, of course, you have your Disney stuff, your Mickey Mouses and all those kind of stuff, your crazy antics. And then a couple of months later, when they realized they had to play big boy hockey, they got humbled. It took a couple of seasons for them to get that crap together, have some good players and all this stuff, and actually win the Stanley Cup a couple of years later. But that was after they dropped the Mighty Ducks and all this kind of stuff. It's just now the Anaheim Ducks. Generic, boring, but you know what? It is what it is. So the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, it's like the same thing with the LEC format right now. And I know there'll be many people complaining how bad the format is and how bad the whole thing is. Listen, I'm going to say something right now. The format is decent. It's good. The idea, the concept, the execution is not bad. It's something good. And consider that we're going to have a 3-split format right now coming next year. It can stick. It can work. The problem is everything else surrounded to it. You got the names, you got some championship points being involved, and you got weird confusion about, hey, you win this shield, that means you are the king of the split. No. The big trophy, the big LEC trophy that Rogue won, which actually Koi now, but the big trophy they won, that's the real trophy. Not those shields or something. It kind of devalues the big trophy here. Caps is now the most decorated player in all of LEC besides Perks because of he won 2 shields over Perks. 2 shields over the big trophies that Perks has won over the years. Don't get me wrong, Caps is a fantastic player, but these things being played out in a studio and winning it in front of few hundred fans does not feel like an LEC event. Seeing DRX won Worlds in front of hundreds of people in Chase Center, that feels like an event. Seeing G2 winning an LEC title, a shield in front of hundreds of fans does not feel like an event. It feels nothing. Now, you must be thinking, hey, maybe for some of the splits you might do some road shows and all that kind of stuff. Well, let's just see. Well, they don't have kind of this. They don't have the budget. They don't have the budget to do all these stuff. They are tightened right now. They are really contracted and all those kind of stuff. The esports winter is really screwing some of the teams out. So they decided hey, we could save a lot of money by doing all of these in the studio. And I can totally understand. I can totally understand why wasting all the time to do 3 studios, different roadshow studios in different places. Every single split and all that stuff. I totally understand. There's a lot of money being wasted. But you do not tell me that having hundreds and hundreds of fans in your own studio is much better to have finals than having to do, like, I don't know, in New Jersey or something for the LCS championship, of course. That doesn't feel right, of course. That doesn't feel right. So, I'm thinking to myself, maybe, you know, if Riot Games will ever contact me or does any stuff, maybe they might recommend me or all that stuff. But since Riot Games are just a bunch of loads, I decided maybe I should do something about the LEC format, of course. Maybe I can try or do something, but, you know, makes sense to trying to help the audience and all this kind of stuff to make sense of the whole hoopla about this whole format and just make clarity about it. So, what I should do with the LEC format is pretty much simple. You win winter, you go into Worlds. No, sorry. You win winter, you go to MSI. You win spring, you go to MSI. And for summer, you win summer, you go into Worlds. That's basically it. In fact, I will tweak the format for the LEC splits. So, for one of the LEC splits, I will have best of threes in my round robin. To do a round robin, best of three, group state, regular season stuff. I mean, you look at the LEC and the LPL, it's already done wonders to it. Now, after the best of threes are over, you can put the top 4 teams and do the same system as you do in the LEC's finals. No, I mean, look, you already have the best of threes for your group stage. Why can't you just do best of threes regular season? You know, single round robin, best of threes, and then you got top 4 teams go to the finals, and then that's it. And you can all do it in one patch. You can do this in one simple patch. You don't need to go jump in one patch or another to trying to, you know, mitigate the smaller teams and having a chance, of course. In fact, in this current iteration of this format, only one team has not made the playoffs. That's the Strawless. We can't even make the dance. Like, think about it pretty well. BDS, SK, and XL were never teams that were, like, doing well in the LEC, under the LEC new format. And under the new format, the following teams are made 3rd place in XK, top 2 in BDS, and then top 2 in XL. Like, that can't work. I mean, the old format will be like, yeah, you did well, but unfortunately, here's a 7th place, here's a 8th place, here's a 9th place or something. You know, that's just like, you know, I feel like it's okay, it's fine. The teams that nobody expected them to do well is actually getting something out of it, but it doesn't like jump me. It doesn't make this whole thing competitive. And you have to factor in that the LEC has been weak, you know? Take away G2 and the LEC is like, you know, it's been dog crap. Absolute dog crap. It's been garbage. I mean, you're going to rely on G2 esports to win worlds. That's not going to bode well for me, man. That's not going to bode well for anybody, of course. So, I believe that we should, like, do the LEC format. It's the same thing, okay? The 3-split thing is fine. The 3-split thing is fine. But just tweak it a bit, okay? Just tweak the format a bit so you can ease the confusion, of course. Because some of the people, of course, the audiences, the fans, the viewers, mind you, are so confused. I can bet you $1 right now that the casters are confused as well. The producers, the casters, the directors are so confused as well. I can bet you $1 right now that Cajal is doing on his stream talking about how bad the LEC format it is. I bet you right now. I could probably watch his stream right now and tell him how bad it is. Because he knows it. He's a caster. He's a player. He knows what it is, what it feels like to be in the back rooms and all this kind of stuff. Talking about all these things to try to make viewership better. He knows it. He knows it. So I feel like summer should be triple the amount of points in winter. So you got winter like your regular points, spring being more, double in the points, and then triple in the points for summer. But if you win summer, you go into worlds. And then the teams based on points, the second place based on points, like you're doing the same thing with the LCK and the LPL, will be going to worlds as well. And then you have the rest of the teams go do like one of those regional gauntlet things. Hey, remember when LEC did regionals back then? Oh, how you missed that. I would love to have, you know, LEC bring back regionals, you know, just to see who could qualify for Worlds. Just to see who can make it. Like you win a match, you go to Worlds. If you don't, you have to win another match to go to Worlds. Those kind of stakes. I just want that to happen instead of this whole championship points bullcrap, and then you have to like, okay, what does this team have to do? What does this whole thing have to do? And if there's one team that got screwed over by the format, it's probably Koi. Who, yes, I think Koi had an underperforming well, but they were given the Man Lions treatment last year, which they have not won a single best of 5. Koi got eliminated by not winning a single best of 5 after last year winning like 2 best of 5 to win the championship. Like, that is mental. Absolutely mental. Now, yes, the team performed bad, but it's just like, God, you can't even give Koi a fair chance here. You're not giving any team a fair chance here. Like, I get it, I get it. Look, you can't please everyone, when you're doing a format or you're doing a format change or anything like that. You can't please people, But what you can do is to try to like simplify down so that viewership and commentators and everything like that could be simple. And as many people in the podcast land and all the Reddit are saying, the format is fine. It just needed work. It just needed a little tweaking. It just needed something to unconfuse the people. And just trying to make it simple. Like, okay, if I were to commission the LEC, I will utilize the LEC format, but have the big trophy by the LEC trophy that they have, the big LEC trophy, be the main trophy. Not those shields or anybody else, the big trophies. And by the end of the split, you won your split, you get no trophy, just points. Just points, just a little points. And then instead of a long ass break, you just like come back immediately for like a week or so, and then come back on a different patch, Just go like you won a split. 1 week later, you have to go again. You have to take a break off and then go again 1 week later. That's how we do it. Look, that's how it goes. That's how it literally goes. I would do that right now. In fact, I will make the winter split and be like the Freljord tournament. Actually, they already did that for TFT, but I would first make the winter split, the Freljord Frenzy, presented to you by Grubhub or something. I will make the spring split the Ionia Championship, the Ionia Cup or something, presented to you by, let's say, Kia or something. And I will make the summer split, the Shurima Shuffle, presented to you by, Kit Kat. These creative, innovative, cool for the younger viewers and all this kind of stuff. Cool ideas, to hype it up and make every format feel different, You can do your first format that you did in the winter, but just change it up a bit, Make it best of 3s or make it best of 5s in some of them, Just spice it up. And what I would do is to implement Fearless Draft. Now, yes, I know Fearless Draft. Many people do not like it, but seriously, are we going to watch the same old Kaiser bot lane or Cassante or Jax or, Sejuani? Are you tired of that? Because I do. And playing the same old champions is not going to get you far in like big old tournaments or something. So here's my idea for the best of 3 regular season format that I'm going to do. The first game is going to be like regular draft. Your regular picks and bans, all the draft. The second game of tournaments is going to be your fearless draft. Once you pick that champion from your first game, you cannot pick it again. You cannot have Cassante 2 games in a row. You're not going to have Sejuani 2 games in a row. Like, all this kind of time. So, that'll be game 2. And in case we get game 3 will be your blind draft pick. Remember that Faker Ryu matchup with Zed versus Zed kind of matchup? I want that. So, if we're going to have both Ashes, we're going to have both Ashes. If we're going to have like both Kaisers, we're going to have both Kaisers. If we're going to have both Sejuanis, we're going to have both Sejuanis, Open draft, blind draft, You can pick two players that pick the same champion. You know, we're gonna see whose Ari is the best, whose Kaiser is the best, whose Sejuani is the best. And that way, it'll be more entertaining, it'll be more fun, it'll be more creative and all this stuff. And then for your best of fives, you'll do like regular draft, 2 fearless drafts, and 2 blind drafts. You know, in between. Or you can alternate it and all this stuff. And there you go. That's how you do it. That's how you absolutely do it. So, more points for each split. You know, double the points in spring, triple the points in summer. Creative names for all the LEC tournaments or splits or all that kind of stuff. Make the big trophy like the big LEC final trophies. Not those shields or anybody else. Make the trophy finals. And then implemented fearless draft and blind picks. You know, those kind of things. That way that the LEC could be better. Now, I'm not saying these things will make LEC good in international tournaments. Forget about that. Forget about international tournaments and all this kind of stuff. We have no freaking chance against LPL or LCK in any capacity. But what I will do is to try to make the LEC entertaining. That's all you want. You wanted to have a competitive region, but you also wanted an entertaining region. And if your region cannot be entertaining or competitive, then you're doomed. You're failed to be doomed, of course. So that's what I want from the LEC format maybe next year. Like I said, the concept of the 3 split format is good. Okay, it's already been implemented like in OGN days before Riot decided to yoink the OGN out of it and just decided to mush it together and make it the full season, baby. Like, that's not gonna work, Riot. That's not gonna work. Just stick to your games and stuff, please. I mean, look at all of us. We're already suffering already. We're broke. We don't have any money. Our contract is not great. Even Korea doesn't have a sponsorship in America. God damn. Oh my God. So look, yeah, just stick to your esports, okay, Riot, okay? Just stick to your esports. No more bull crappy regular season things. No more best of 1 boring things. Just give me best of 3s and best of 5s already. Okay, you look at LPL right now, they're doing absolutely fine. These LPL players have been so good. So good, okay? We wanted that. We want that format. But I get it. You want to do 3 split format? Cool. 3 split format in an international tournament? Fine. I am all good. I have been watching League of Legends for the last 4 years. And you know what? I am going to stick to everything that you said with a grain of salt. But if you trying to mess up the LEC format, or did not even touch the LEC format, then you're going to hear from me from next year. And trust me, I will be one angry soul if I have to do it. In fact, I will not say anything angry. I will be watching LPL games. Yeah, how do you like that? Because the LPL, despite all the flaws and all this kind of things, is a much better league than you guys. Internationally, competitively, and entertainingly. You know? That's going to be like. So look. Not saying kill the... Look. I bet you the LEC, by the time the season is over, will look back at this format and look at the viewership and all this kind of stuff and say, what have we do right? But most importantly, what have we do wrong? And what can we do to fix it? You know? They should look back at it and just like, hey, you're great. The idea is great, but it needs execution. It needs proper execution, okay? That's all I have to say, okay? That's all I have to say about this. So, yeah, LEC season finals. I just don't know why they have to do season finals when I thought summer would be. But LEC season finals, August 19th. Could be fun. Should be fun. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.